All right, welcome into the Bucn Over, episode 15. Daily overs at 4, 8, and 2. Season win total up to 7 out of 65. We are rolling 2 games in a row. Game 3, Pirates Cubs recap, over under at 9.5. Unfortunately, this game is a historic game, but not in a good way for the Pirates. This is one you're going to take the tape, you're going to burn it, bury it in the backyard, forget about it. It's just one of those games, everything went wrong, and it was not great. Yeah, we'll get into some of that and more on this episode of the Bucn Over. Okay, let's start off with a little happy news. Miguel Cabrera, 3,000 hits. Congratulations to him. Maybe the best hitter of this generation. You could say that. Last to win a Triple Crown in the American League. 3,000 hits today. Congrats to him. So we'll start with that because the rest of it's not good. The Pirates laid a stinker, to say the least. When your highlight, I have notes here, when your highlight of the notes is Cole Tucker got a hit, it went bad. Zach Thompson, first inning, did well, battled, got into some trouble, got out of it, 1-0. Second inning, though, the wheels fell off, rolled down the hill, exploded, and caused another COVID. Because 8 runs in the 8th, although Zach Thompson only got credited with 9 runs, 4 earned, because of Newman's 2 errors in that inning, still, it was downhill from there. And at that point, it's just, you're not coming back from 9-0. As much as the Pirates have come back this year, 9-0's too much. So nothing in the third. I'm not even going to go by how they scored each run, because wait till you see the final score. 2 runs in the 4th, 5 runs in the 5th, 1 run in the 7th, and 4 in the 8th, giving the Cubs a total of 21 runs all game. 23 hits, no errors. This was an absolute beatdown by the Cubs. Insane. They had 48 at-bats. 48. That's like 3 games worth of at-bats. And they pumped that into 1 game. Yeah, everybody, it was so hard to watch. Joke's on them, though, because they burned all their runs in 1 game. And that's what's great about baseball, is that this was 1 loss out of 162. So, yeah, was it the biggest loss that they've had since Milwaukee all that long ago? I'm going to pull it up right now because I got it saved. Notes. Largest loss since 20-0 against Milwaukee in 2010. And we all know what happened 3 years later. Wild card division series. Where is this team projected to go in 3 years? The World Series. So, a little foreshadowing for you. Nothing to be too upset about. But we're getting there. There's not really much to talk about. That's what sucks. If it's a close loss, at least you have some, positives to talk about, but there's not really a whole lot to go about. Newman bobbling the ball, the infield making Bennett Hill moments, Zach Thompson second inning struggles, the wheels fall off. Yeah, there was one thing I want to talk about though, and that's the shift. Is the shift worth it? I'm not sold on the shift. I think the shift is good against few and far between. Do I think you should use it on every single batter? No. I think batters are starting to adjust. You're starting to see it. Yeah, Reynolds had that fluke little hit down the line. But you're starting to see hitters adjust and hit against the shift. And I think the shift might go away in 2 or 3 years. I don't know. How do you not just slap it the other way? I don't know. The shift was a neat idea against major pool hitters, but I think against every single batter, you're crazy. I don't know. That's just my opinion. Miguel Yajure didn't do great. He came in 2 innings, gave up 7 runs. Fletcher came in, gave up a run. Diego Castillo came in. He's a position player. So position player pitching, 4 runs. His ERA is at 36. But he's a position player. So, at that point, you're just like, whatever. Let's just get out of this game as fast as possible. The historic shutout. A historic loss. That being said, the over hit. So we stop our skid, I guess. That's the silver lining. We stop the slide. We're no longer on a losing streak. We broke that for the overs bet. As people reminded me on Twitter, it's 1 loss, it's 1 game. Tomorrow, and that's what's great about baseball, is tomorrow you get up, you do it again. All that doesn't matter. You don't get to carry over runs. They could beat us 100-0. It doesn't matter. It will be detrimental to the seasonal plus-minus run differential. But other than that, whatever. It was nice to see on Twitter everybody coming out with their, it was a good day for my nephew's baptism. It was a good day to cut the yard. Guess I didn't miss anything today. Those are always funny. People that come out and they explain why they weren't watching a historically bad beatdown. Well, I'm glad I picked up that shift at work because it was 21-0. It was, It's one of those games you don't, like I said, you take the tape, you burn it, you bury it, you forget about it, you move on. There's nothing else to be said about it. Just an all-around beatdown by the Cubs. And good news for the Pirates. The joke was on them. They used up their runs for the next 4 or 5 games. So tomorrow's game 4, look for the Pirates to win. Bounce back. Cubs don't have any more runs in them. They're done. They're finished. Speaking of game 4, got game 4 tomorrow, afternoon game. JT Brubaker on the bump, 0-2, 7.3 ERA against Justin Steele, 1-1, 4.5 ERA. We got the 2 wins against the Cubs early. I'd like to see him close it out before we head home and face Milwaukee. 3-1 against the Cubs. Let's get it done. Over, under. Let's see if they have it posted. I'm actually recording this at a decent hour today as opposed to last night when I got off work. So let's see what we got. If they posted the over, under yet. Boom, boom, boom. No, not yet. The Pirates are at plus 144 money line. So if you consider the Cubs a bad team, will they win 2 in a row? That's the other question. Yeah. Something you'll have to look into. I should have looked into. Teams coming off a historically bad beatdown and how they rebound. I think the Pirates can. I think they'll come back. I think they'll go ahead and take the Cubs out 3-1 heading into Milwaukee in the homestand. Milwaukee and San Diego. Yeah. This is a bad game. I've said it 100 times. Nothing you can say about this game to silver line it at all. It's all downhill. It was hanging there for a second, downhill. Oh, there's a cliff, downhill, 21-0. Oh, it's brutal. It was lucky for me. I have other things going on. I missed some of it with work. That's it. All right. Well, the good news about baseball, we got the over. We are currently at 5, 8, and 2 daily overs. Season win total still at 7 out of 65. With baseball, there's always tomorrow. There's always another game. So let's get the win. Let's see if we can get to 10 wins by the end of April. I think we can. We'll be on track for the Bucn over. enjoying the Bucn Over content, be sure to follow me over at Twitter at Bucn Over, TikTok at the Bucn Over, and on YouTube, the Bucn Over, to follow along with your buckos all year long.